Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So right now we will explain our final assignment about clustering using PySpark. First of all, our member is myself, Karunia Putri, dengan NIM F1D022010, dan Arneta Nirwana Putri dan dengan NIM F1D022113. First, things that we do here is importing libraries and setting up the Spark session. Here we import the necessary libraries that we need. This library Spark session is to entry point to run the PySpark application. And then this tokenizer is for split text into individual word for token. And then this is for convert word into numerical vector, the vector assembler for combine multiple feature columns into a single vector. And PCA, HasingTF, and EDF. And we have pandas for used for data manipulation, typically for converting Spark data to pandas data frames, and the pipeline is for change multiple stage of transformation and machine learning models. And then here we initialize a Spark session with the application name is text clustering. And then after that, we do load and preparing data. First, we read a CSV file into a data frame with the header as column names and infer scheme the data type of each column. And then we convert all the column names to lowercase to make it the columns same. After that, we print the scheme of the data frame, showing the columns names of the data types. Here we have the output shows the scheme of the data frame, which contains 5 columns, yet the author, the name of the author of the content, published date is the publication date and time of the content, title is the title of the content, EC the main content or body of the text, URL is the where the contents located, which is all the columns are nullable, meaning they can contain missing or null values. Next, we use tokenizing text. Here in the code, we do tokenizer to split the title column into the individual token words, and then the tokenize the titles column into word, the output in the title token. And then the tokenizer EC is to split the EC columns into the individual token. Then we calculating TF and EDF. First, we apply hashing to the title tokens to convert tokens into term frequency vectors with 100 features. Then we apply the hashing EC tokens to convert the tokens into the term frequency vectors, the same as the titles. Then we apply EDF to the title features and then EC features to compute the inverse document frequency. Then we create a pipeline that chains together the stage of the tokenization, hashing, and TF-DF transformation that we do before. Here we define a series of transformation to apply sequentially. Here we have title, EC, hashing TF title, hashing TF EC, def title, def EC. Then we fit the pipeline to the data frame, then train the pipeline model to the data frame. We select and display the first 5 rows of the TF EDF values for the titles and EC columns. Here the output shows TF EDF values for the title and EC columns. These values are stored a list of numbers where each number represents the importance of a word in the text. The higher the number, the more important the word in that specific row. And most of the words have values of 0, meaning they are not important for that row. Next, here we do create vector assembler to combine the title TF-EDF and EC TF-EDF. We input the columns this, and the output will be a new column called features. Here we apply the vector assembler and then we display the features, and we print the output of the vector assembler. Here we have the output, we showing the top 5 score. And next, here we do feature scaling. First, we import the standard scaler from PySpark. And then we create a standard scalar object to scale a features columns. The input call is the column of to scale. Output call is where the scale data will be saved. With std scales the data to have unit variance with mean false means no centering. And then fit the scalar to the data and apply the scaling. Next, we do scaling with key means. First, we import the library, this is from PySpark. Then we apply the scaling. Here we create a standard scalar to scale the features column so the data is normalized. Then we apply the scaling to the data. We do key means clustering. Here we create a key means object to perform clustering with 3 clusters using scaled feature. We fit the models to the scaled data and get the cluster prediction. Then we display the scaled feature and the cluster prediction. After that, we print the cluster center. Here, the output of the code that we do above, the output shows that data has been transformed into a simpler format with only a few important values. Each row represents an observation with its feature scaled number, and the prediction column shows which graph cluster which each observation belongs to. Then here we do a summary of prediction. First, we select the author column from the prediction. We filter the row where the prediction column equals 0, which is we select data from cluster 0, and then we generate the summary statistic, and we get this output. There are 285 author in total. And then it doesn't show average of spread mean STTDEV because the data is a text. And then the first author alphabet is Ahmad Nur Rosikin, and the last is Willy Widianto. This is the same as the zero prediction. And then after that, we do evaluating clustering with silhouette score. We import the library that we need. We create an elevator for clustering with specific parameter. The column containing features, silhouette, and squared Euclidean. And then we evaluate the clustering result using silhouette score and print the silhouette score. Here we get the output. Silhouette score is 0.433, etc. Means the cluster are somewhat separated but not perfectly. Then we do a feature scaling. We import the library that we need and create a standard object to scale a feature and fit the scale to the data and apply the transformation. Next, the PCA is explained by my friend Arneta.
Okay. This coder reduce the number of vector in the data using PCA, principal component analysis, to make it easier to work with. It keeps the most important 10 vector, k equals 10, and stores the result in a new column. Call it PCA vector. After then, the Silhouette score is used to measure how well the cluster are spotted in this new reduced space. The line for calculating the Silhouette score is comment out, but if run, it will show how good the clustering is after applying PCA. Next, this could find the best number of cluster K by calculating the Silhouette score for different values of K from 2 to 9. It's run a loop over value of K. For is K, it first a K-means cluster model using the PCI transformer data. Next, in the evaluate the clustering result using the Silhouette score, which measure how well the cluster are spotted. Next, the Silhouette score for is K is saved in a list. After the loop, the coder plots the Silhouette score for each K value. The plot helps visualization with K number of cluster, give the best clustering result based in the Silhouette score. This graph helps decide the best number of group cluster to divide your data into. The higher the score, the better the grouping. At 7 cluster, the score is the highest, so 7 group work best. Lower score mean the group don't fit as well. Next, Discoder group data into two clusters using comments and check how good the grouping is. Create the model. It set up comments to divide the data into two groups. To train the model, it learns patterns in the data. Next, predict cluster. It assigns data point to one of the two groups. Next, check quality. It calculates its salt score to see how well the group are sparted. High score equals better. The Shellhouse score is 0.777, which means the data if grouped into clear and good cluster, higher score close to 1. Mean better grouping and the score show the cluster are well spread. Next, Discoder find and print the center point of each cluster created by the Cummins model. Cummins model cluster center get the can treat the average location of all point in each cluster. Two, lobthrough the cantrate is printed with its cluster number.
And then here the block code is for define the and fit the PCA model, which is first we reduce features to 2 dimensions, and then we fit the PCA model on the data. After that, we transform the data using PCA models, and we convert PCA results to Panda data frames. First, we convert the Spark data frame to pandas, and then extract the first principal component as X, and then the second principal components as Y. Then we display the first few rows of the data frame. In this output, after applying the PCA model, the PCA to reduce the data into 2 columns and grouping it into cluster, here's the output. The PCA features is reduced representation of each data point, like coordinates in 2 space. And then the prediction is the cluster number assigned to each data point by the Cummins model, and the all points is belong to cluster 0. And then the first value from PCA features the X coordinate, and the second is Y coordinate, which is each row is a data point with its 2 coordinates, coordinate X and Y, and the cluster it belongs to. After that, we do a cluster visualization with PCA. First, we import the Matplotlib library for the plotting, and we scatter plot to visualize the cluster into PCA space. Then we have the X label as PCA1, and the Y label is PCA2, and the title is cluster visualization with PCA. In this chart, in this plot, show data points that are grouped into clusters after reducing the data into two main features, which is the colors purple and yellow represent two different groups or clusters that we do before. And the position of the dots show how similar or different the data points are. Like points close to each other are more similar, while point that is far apart are different. This plot is easy way to see if the clustering method did a good job or not to spread to data cluster. And next, this will be explained by Arnetta.
Okay. This code uses LDA to find 10 topic in a dataset. After running the model for 10 iteration, it calculates two key number. One look like whole, show how well the model fits the data. Higher is better. And two, look perplexity, measure how good the model it is at predicting the data. Lower is better. This number help evaluate how well the model discover the topic in the data. Uh, this code the top three important word for is topic found by the LDA model. It helps you understand what is topic it about by listing the main word, then define it. Next, okay, this code show how much its document is related to the topic found by the LDA model. It gives a percentage for each topic in every document, helping you see which topic are most important for each one.
So after all the things we do before, we have a 5 conclusion. First, the PCR is to reduce data dimensionality to simplify analysis and visualization. Meanwhile, the key means clustering is to cluster data into two groups, which clustering quality evaluated using the silhouette score. And the LDA is for analyze topic in the text, identifying themes by displaying the top word for each topic. And the model of evaluation is to compute slog, likelihood, and perplexity to assess the performance of the LDA model. And the visualization that we use is scatter plots and topic description to understand cluster distribution and the thematic relationship. So that's all the explanation by our groups. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.